and welcome to another episode of the Disability Show live. This week, coming to you from my RV. So, this week, sorry, I'm just finishing up eating an apple. So, this week, I want to talk about restaurant tips. Now, we always say that when you go to one of the Disney restaurants, if you have questions about the menu, or if you have special dietary needs, or if there are certain things you can or can't eat, you can ask your server if you can talk to the chef. We've done this a lot of times. The chef will come to your table and they can cover the entire menu with you and definitely make sure you have the perfect dining experience because that's what they're there for. So if you have any questions on the menu, make sure you ask the server if it's okay to talk to the chef. It's helped me many, many times. So anyway, that's my tip. As always, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat if you're watching this live or in the comments if you're watching this later, and I'll make sure it gets to do a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. So, even though it's the middle of August, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is officially underway at the Magic Kingdom. And as most of you know, last year I attended my first ever Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So this week we are going to cover my top 5 Halloween party offerings. Number 5, the specialty merch. So during the parties, they have special merch that at the normal day guests don't get, like special T-shirts, as well as Mickey special themed Mickey popcorn buckets, uh, and, and so many other stuff. Like last year, my aunt and uncle from Chicago got a whether it was either a Mickey vampire or a Mickey mummy popcorn bucket. Can't remember which one, but for 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 my little cousins. But yeah, the merch during the Halloween party is top notch. Number 4, the Disney Not So Spooky fireworks. So this isn't just a fireworks show. I'm doing good, Ellie Rose. How you doing? As I was saying, the Disney Not So Spooky fireworks is more than just a fireworks show. It's also a projection show. Not sure what that means, Running Man. But as I was saying, it's also a great projection show. And that giant puppet of Jack Skellington that appears in front of the castle. It's amazing. Thank you, Ellie Rose. Make sure you share this with all your Disney friends. Running Man, I'm not gonna get into that, please. Anyway, back to what I was saying. My top 5 Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party offerings. Number 3, the Cadaver Dans. So during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, the Dapper Dans perform in Frontierland, and they dress up like a dead cowboys and stuff. Running Man, please stop that, please. Hey, Yuki Dog Zombie, how you doing? So yeah, so Thank you, Ellie Rose. Please, give me all the positive comments that you want. Running Man, please stop. As I was saying, so the Cadaver Dans are great people. The Dapper Dans are great, but when they're in their Halloween modes, they are they do like Western songs, and they add songs about villains as well, and their jokes are mainly Halloween related, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. Number two, the trick or treating around the park. So during this Halloween party, when you start, you get a trick or treat bag, and they have treat stations all over the park. Like last year, they had one at the Country Bear Jamboree. Of course, they don't have that this year because of the new show. They had one at the Laugh Floor. They have one near Tron. You'll find them all over the park. And my number one offering for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is the Mickey's Boo to You Halloween Parade. I don't know what that means, Doo-Doo Daddy Bear. Brandon Simple, Donald, Mickey, or Goofy. Are you asking which one is my favorite? Oh, okay. As I was saying, my number one offering during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, well, it's got to be either Mickey or Goofy, Brandon. The Boo to You Halloween Parade. And this is one of the best parades that Disney has. Not just seasonal, but period. And it's great. You got Mickey and all his friends celebrating Halloween in their own special ways. You got the Pirates of the Caribbean, and you got the great Abe Diggers at the Haunted Mansion with those shovels that make sparks when they drag them on the street. I consider the Grave Diggers in the Haunted Mansion unit to be like the toy soldiers of Halloween. I agree, Ellie Rose, and I will be going back to Disneyland next year with some more great videos. And also, part of the Not So Scary, of course, there's the Harvest Hoedown section with Goofy and Scarecrows, and you got the Country Bears, Horace Horsecollar, and Clara Cluck. Then you got the candy unit of the parade with Wreck-It Ralph and the Sugar Rush dancers. Yeah, Doo-Doo Daddy Bear, you're probably not going to be doing that much longer, and we'll talk more about that later on in the show. And of course, the villain section concludes the parade, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, Cruella, Queen of Hearts, and even more lesser known villains like the bowler hat guy from Meet the Robinsons. So anyway, let me know in the chat or in the comments if you have ever been to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And if so, what is your favorite offering? And now it is time for Diz or Dat. So keeping with the subject of the Halloween parties, because they are different on both coasts. Of course, as I said, at Walt Disney World, they have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which features the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular, ride overlays, and everything we just mentioned in the top 5. And at Disney's California Adventure, they have the Oogie Boogie Bash, which is very similar, or with the trick or treating and their Frightfully Fun parade, and their treat trails feature Disney villains like Oogie Boogie and the Emma Stone version of Cruella de Vil, and even rare Disney villains such as Madam Mim from Sword in the Stone and Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I've never been to Disney around any holiday, but I have seen videos of the Tokyo Disney Halloween. They look fun. I agree. The Tokyo, the Tokyo Disney parks are on a completely different level. And Ellie Rose, you should at least go to the Halloween parties because it is amazing. It really is. I mean, you can go like they say in one of my Disney documentaries. You can go back all 4 seasons of the year and have a slightly different experience each time. Well, Doo Daddy Bear, at first they used to only sell alcohol at Epcot and Club 33, but I think the way things are now. But anyway, so let me know in the chat or in the comments which Halloween party you prefer. Diz, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, or Dat, Oogie Boogie Bash. And now it's trivia time! So last week's trivia question was, what was the name of the goat man who trained Hercules to be a hero? The answer was Phil. Congrats if you got that right. And now it's time for this week's Trivia Time question. And the question is, which Disney princess sings Once Upon a Dream? If you know the answer, let me know in the chat or in the comments. And if you're the first one to know, you'll get 100 cool points. Now, so we know that a Cars Land is going to be coming to the Magic Kingdom. And earlier this week, Disney has confirmed that early next year, we will be bidding adieu to the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island for this new Cars Land. Now, I have mixed feelings. I've only been on Tom Sawyer Island once, and that's right, Yuki Dog Zombie. You get 100 cool points. As I was saying, so the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island will be going away at the Magic Kingdom early next year to start breaking ground for this brand new Cars Land. And if you have seen the concept art from the Parks Conference at the D23 Expo, the land looks amazing. It's going to look amazing, especially the new rally ride that they're building. I mean, that new rally race ride. I saw that and I'm like, I have to ride that. But yeah, I know a lot of you are sad a section of Frontierland. That's what I like, sharing cool points. But here's the thing. The Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island are still at Disneyland, and those were an original Disneyland attraction. So it's not that big of a loss for us to be losing Rivers of America in Frontierland at the Magic Kingdom. But still. So the new land, they're going to be leaving Radiator Springs behind and and be part of this expansion of Frontierland. And so they are. So Frontierland is going from the American and West to the American wilderness, which I think makes sense, because it because Walt Disney once said that the parks will never be complete as long as there is imagination left in the world. And I cannot wait to see what happens. And I know, like all of you, I'm going to be a little sad when the Rivers of America go away. But hey, once we get more about this, then they can move forward with also the Villains Land that they have announced. So, a lot of big things are coming to the Magic Kingdom. So anyway, that's our show. As I said, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat or in the comments. I'll make sure to get to do a future episode. For this week's shout-outs, make sure you guys check out Matt and Goo over at Goo to You. They do amazing live streams from the parks. Well, thank you, Ellie Rose. Definitely check them out. Also, make sure you guys check out Tamia over at Tamia Smiles. She posts great content on her YouTube and her Instagram. Also, make sure you guys check out Josh and Jenna over at Resort TV 1. They do amazing live streams from the parks every single week. Definitely check them out. Also, make sure you guys check out Maria over at LBB TV. She also does amazing vlogs and live streams from the parks as well. Definitely check her out as well. If you haven't subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? And ding the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, Kwaherini.